Hello, Super Metroid fans. Welcome to the Super Metroid Multi-Category Extension Tournament. We have match number 3 with ironrusty versus susreime. And joining me in the booth tonight for some North Korea percent, we have Mr. Guy Average. Mr. Guy Average, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing good. Yeah, this match is gonna be a lot of fun. North Korea percent, uh, really cool category. A lot of suit lists going on. A lot of literally unique routing, and you're gonna see strats that aren't in any other category, really.
I'm pretty excited for it. I actually really love this category a lot. And all the practice that I've done, this has been my favorite to play. And I've done a lot of practice on it. And I got a chance to run it in a tournament match, and I'm really excited. I think this is the third or fourth one we've seen so far. So this is turning out to be a pretty popular category.
Yeah, I'm glad that people are actually, going to run these more difficult categories. Uh, in a tournament, you would feel like people would try to go for what they're most comfortable with, what they're most consistent with, and to see these runners like kind of step out of their comfort zone, for most of them at least. There are some that run a lot of North Korea percent, a lot of RBO, and those type of categories, but it's really cool to see.
I'm definitely a big fan. This was the hardest category for me to learn and to actually complete. So I had this goal before the tournament started that I was going to just play this category until I loved it. And things like Suitless Meridia and that interesting dragon fight that you have there, which is a very unique feature of like this category in RBO. It's a really good showcase of what is capable with this game and how you can change the way you play it based on which items you choose or choose not to get and which boss order you decide you want to progress through the game. So it's kind of cool for that kind of a category to be played competitively. I think is a really neat idea.
Yeah, I'm glad that we have so many categories on the boards, because there's so much variety and so much interesting strats that you can come up with, given like certain restrictions in this game. As this game just has so much versatility as a speedrun.
Very good. So we've made our way through Ceres Station, about to land on planet Zebes. We don't have a timer for susreime, so we're going to be using Iron Rusty's timer for the match right now, and then whatever the result is in the race time room, we'll tell you when the race is over. But in the meantime, the first thing we're going to do is get our typical items, more fall, then get some missiles, and then we'll see what they do as far as what safeties they pick up on the way to the hell runs down in Upper Norfair. It's pretty interesting. They might go back for the ceiling E tank, get to see some cool damage boost tech there, or they might just decide to run with one less tank and still get through those very tight hell runs, like the wave hell run, for instance.
Yeah, this is one of the few categories where like the early game actually has potential to be really different, um, compared to most other early game in other categories. We'll see if they pick up an extra E-tank or missile. That actually really helps in the long run with hell runs, like you said.
Yeah, I favor the route that after you get the awakening missiles, you go back up in the pit room, get rid of all the pirates, open the door, and then go back down for that damage boost E tank in the ceiling. Just adds a little bit more comfort. I can't believe I'm saying this because I got completely tilted in my race, but it actually makes the ice hell run very, very easy, and I like to get early ice, and so that's generally a pretty easy for a good runner of this game to get through that hell run and. But that extra protection makes the going through the rising tide room on the way to Bubble Mountain and getting through Cathedral just much more comfortable.
Yeah, that one extra E-tank makes a huge difference.
So we want to kind of recap what has gone on so far in this tournament between Iron Rusty and susreime. This is match 3. Iron Rusty lost the first match to susreime, was Nintendo Power Percent. Rusty had very unfortunate luck, got a yapping maw glitch during an alpha spark, which crashed the game. And Iron Rusty did try to continue on, rather than just not, rather than just stopping completely. So that's how the first match went, and susreime took it. And then Iron Rusty actually pulled a really huge upset on susreime with max GT code. susreime being one of the top runners in the world with max GT code, took a very unfortunate death on at Mother Brain, and Rusty ended up winning that match. So, missing a missile on the door from susreime. So this is a very interesting match 3, and super excited with North Korea percent. So if you haven't seen this yet, don't be afraid to ask questions in the chat. I'm sure there's a lot of people there that'll be able to answer them, or we might catch one as a commentator and give you an answer on stream here.
Yeah, and as we see now, there's already a route divergence. Rusty coming back down to get this missile in this E-tank. At first, it might look like, Rusty just lost like almost 2 minutes essentially. But with the right strats, you can actually make up a lot of that time back with the extra missile pack, the extra E-tank. You can skip farming so much. There's a lot of cool benefits that come along with going back here. So it might look like he's really far behind right now, but he can make a lot of that time back.
Agreed. And to be honest, I'm not surprised that susreime is not going back for the ceiling E-tank with just how crisp his movement has been throughout the entire tournament so far. Generally does not miss a lot of jumps, doesn't miss a lot of inputs. So hell runs, which are really tight for, say, a runner like me, for instance, I think susreime really shows a lot of confidence in all of his movements. So I'm not surprised that he's opting for less E-tanks. So we're going to see if that extra missile pack that Iron Rusty picked up at when he got the ceiling E-tank, see if it makes a difference in this BT fight. Like you said, that's one of the things that would go faster for him than susreime, who did not pick up that extra missile pack. And Sus is about to get the Green Brinstar reserve tank pad up for that hell run.
Yeah, this BT fight is really nice. It mitigates a lot of RNG because you don't need that many drops anymore, and then yeah, it's just a faster fight in general because you do more damage.
Hot mock ball from susreime coming out of the reserve location. It's a sweet strat.
It's one of the more difficult one of the more difficult mock balls to do in this game.
I kind of want to see what kind of swag susreime has for us in this category. Only having seen him run max percent, Nintendo Power Percent, I haven't seen his North Korea route yet. And susreime really showed off a lot of really sweet strats, a lot of really cool tech in the other categories. So I wonder if he's come up with anything exciting for North Korea percent, as he's going to get his spore spawn missiles right now. So definitely showing knowledge of the category on how to do your kind of item cleanup to get ready for the rooms and bosses you have ahead. And right now, susreime wants an extra super missile pack, because we will be using crystal flash tech later on. So you're going to see the items picked up a little differently than you would in a more standard, like any percent category.
Yeah, it's an interesting restriction, I guess you could say, because you need to do a crystal flash to escape Dragon's Lair. It's part of the strategy. So already we're required to get 10 missiles, 10 supers, and then 15 power bombs. So there's a lot of cleanup that's going to go on. But what's different in this category compared to RBO is you actually don't have to. It's not harder to do a single Norfair route, unlike in RBO. because it's a smaller restriction on the items that you have to grab. You don't need 70 tanks, 20 supers, and 20 power bombs.
For me, I think it kind of includes the most fun but less frustrating sections of RBO. So it kind of is that, and also takes what I find to be like the most fun parts of any percent. Plus, there's that really unique Fantoon section of the game, which is to me one of the easier Fantoon fights you can do. So there you get to kind of combine some of the greatest hits of some of the other categories as far as fun movement, fun tech, and it's just a really really neat kind of split of categories. I think it's a ton. I think it's a ton of fun. Like I said, this is one of my favorite categories in the game right now. Nice job, Rusty. Gets really good shot there. Gonna go pick up his super pack, and Susreime is gonna do his he's doing early power bombs. Interesting. I usually don't get this. I get oh no, you would get power bombs now. So he's going to get his alpha power bombs, going to get beta power bombs, and then head down and do the Norfair hell runs. I imagine Rusty's going to follow the same route. Look how clean Susreime's movement is in those crisp ledge grabs. Just hot. We're going to see a save from Susreime. Okay. Probably preparing for hell runs. I'm guessing that's the save that he'd rather have.
Yeah, that's an interesting save. He might actually try to go for early X-ray. I don't know. Maybe he's
That's
looking
a
to do
good
some
point.
X-ray shenanigans.
That would be pretty neat. So in North Korea percent so far, we've seen grapple escape getting out of Dragon's Lair. It would be kind of neat if we got to see that X-ray tech.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I think we are. Early X-ray,
All
let's
right.
go.
So this is kind of like you see this particular strat in a lot of randomizers. You're going to kind of use these waivers to deboost across, get that damage boost right. Holy crap. So Reem is going to do an IBG, or he's going to do some bomb jumping. Oh, we get to see a little bit of Susreim's bomb tech. Awesome. In the dark, nonetheless.
Nice.
Woo!
Yeah, that's real sick. So yeah, I was alluding to this. If anyone else watched the race with MM2 and Cash Mod, they're North Korea percent. I think grabbing X-ray might actually be quicker than grabbing grapple. So we might actually see a really cool route divergence here, where Susreime will actually skip grapple beam, but I don't know. We'll just wait and see.
Whoa, yeah. Deboost off of the Yapping Maw. Are you kidding me?
Nice. Yeah, really sick X-ray strats.
I'll tell you what, Susreime has had some of the absolute coolest movement tech in the tourney so far. It's just such a delight to watch.
Yeah, he's definitely like he's kind of like a crafter of strats. He comes up with a lot of his own strats, according to what he's comfortable with and what he's not comfortable with. So, it's really unique movement, in max percent and then North Korea percent here. Yeah.
I've heard that some Super Metroid players they can watch a stream without a name on it and just kind of like watching the strats that they use to get through the rooms. They can, kind of figure out who it is. I think susreime with just how unique he makes his way through the rooms. I think he's one of those runners that if you didn't know it was susreime and somebody just put the video on, you'd be able to figure it out after a couple minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Very distinct style. It's really cool. So and it also looks like susreime is going to be getting ice after. So we're going to do the upper Norfair loop and then get ice on the way out. And Rusty's skipping X-rays. I know that Rusty definitely will fight Croc after those upper Norfair hell runs. We'll do a Croc fight, pick up grapple. Grapple is one of the ways you can get through Suitless Meridia. I have an idea of how susreime is going to get through Meridia if he doesn't pick up grapple, but I'm not as familiar with that tech as I am with the grapple strats. And here's a solid save. So this save makes more sense now. If you remember when susreime saved at Red Tower, doing X-ray was the reason why he saved up there in Red Tower. So that makes perfect sense now.
Yeah, this save is just going to be for the hell runs. 2 tank, 1 reserve. It's possible. People do it all the time, but it's still pretty tight. I think you realistically can drop that reserve tank and do this hell run with 2 tanks. But that's really tight. Like, you have to be pretty much perfect.
And again, like I said earlier, I have no. Whoa! Get out! We got some pause abuse. Nope, we're just gonna reset. So that little toe touch into the acid was all it took. Now that hell run is going to be a lot easier for Rusty. Rusty will have the high jump boots E-tank before he goes in there.
Yeah.
1 whole extra E-tank. But again, susreime is very confident in his movement. I don't expect this is going to take too many tries. And if he's not going for grapple, he's still going to make up time on Rusty getting to Meridia, even if he has 2 or 3 resets, I think. Because that's a cool, with the Croc fight and going all the way to grapple, that's a lot further to go than susreime's reset here at this 1 hell run.
Oh wow, the enemies are not being kind to susreime.
Yeah, I saw those farming while he was just on the go.
Yeah, and didn't get any health drops. It sucks.
Good job on Rusty getting out of that ice hell run. Absolutely no problems. Really good mock ball. Good job.
Swag, yeah. Did Rusty pick up Spazer? I missed it.
Yes, he did.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Spazer has a lot of little hidden time saves everywhere.
susreime owning that bat cave. That was beautiful. Hopefully these drops are good here because, come on. Holy
That
cow.
was very tight.
Oof. I'm sweating just watching that one. Holy cow.
Yeah.
I'm just reading chat, having fun with this. This is a good race so far. I like the route divergence, so we're going to see 2 different dragon fights. Because I'm guessing susreime's not going to go and get grapple now. susreime probably knows he has a movement advantage over Rusty, so could have just gotten X-ray as a safety in case the dragon fight goes south. May still get grapple, but I don't know. We'll find out in just another minute here. We
Yeah,
still have
that's
1
us.
more hell run.
Oh no, only 12? Oh, okay, I like this. He's gonna pause
Oh
abuse.
boy.
You got this. Let's go. That's not gonna work though, because of the fade out. Is it? Yeah. No.
That was close.
only had 12. Yeah, reserves are kind of broken, you know, in this game. There's a lot of ways you can abuse them. So what he tried to do there was like intentionally not give himself enough health to live. So he could keep pausing, and the pause fade out takes priority over Samus dying. So even if you have 0 health, if you're about to pause or you're in the fade out or fade in, you can't die. So that's what he tried to do there, try to abuse that little mechanic. Yeah.
I think we're going to see, though, exactly what a big difference it makes getting that extra tank that Rusty did in the beginning, and like how you said that extra farming and things like that. And then there's deaths here like that that can allow the other runner to catch up. Rusty going to do some farming down here uh, that you typically see before runners will go down into Croc, but he really wants to get his energy high enough right here to make himself feel comfortable going into the back cave. And susreime going to make another run at this hell run. So these hell runs right here, the ones that susreime is doing, are so much tighter than the ones Rusty will have to do. Especially the wave hell run. I couldn't even fathom doing wave with just 2 in a reserve. I need definitely 3.
Yeah, I agree. I've done it maybe like a few times, but I really, really prefer having that extra E-tank.
So susreime making out of there, reserves are fine. And this is the other thing too. It's kind of oh boy. It can get kind of scary with farming here and not really knowing how much your reserves are farming up. So once I start seeing the yellow there under auto, that's kind of when I would just kind of keep going. I don't know, 6 or 7 farms just to make sure my reserves are all the way full before I move on. I don't wait for just the light to pop on and then go. Oof, this is going to be a tight hell run.
He fell. I think he's gonna try and go back to save, since he didn't save after getting speed.
That's not a bad idea right now. That I actually feel Rusty's going to pull ahead here. Just has that pad of the extra E-tank, so susreime's going to have to do a whole lot of extra farming. So I actually feel that Rusty's going to, yeah, I feel like Rusty's definitely going to catch up here.
Yeah,
And pretty much they're in the same spot.
yeah. Yeah, Rusty definitely has like I guess a consistency advantage, right, with the extra E-tank. If susreime does skip grapple beam though, that'll be really interesting to see how that'll pan out. I don't know yet though. I think this is like susreime's first attempt at an actual like full run, so it'll be interesting to watch.
Oh, my first completed run of North Korea percent was about 2.5 hours, or like two. It was a really quite a long time. My best time now is like 1 hour 11 minutes, so I feel actually pretty good about that time. So if this is his first run and he's able to complete it at a competitive time, that's going to be really wild.
Definitely, yeah.
Ooh,
Again.
Kago.
Dude, yeah, I hate these things, honestly.
This room is so scary anytime you have to do a hell run.
I don't know. Maybe you might be able to make this. We'll find out.
If he has full reserves, he has enough. Rusty's going to be in a little bit of trouble. He can't miss a jump. So susreime is this is tight. If he gets this jump, doesn't take damage, this is doable. Holy cow, this is going to be close.
Okay, he made it. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. And woo! So all susreime has to do now is get to this farming station, and doing it with 65 health is maybe one more health than I'd be brave enough to do it with. But here we go. And I wonder if we're going to see him do grapple. If
Yeah, here it
he's
is.
doing grapple also, then Rusty's ahead right now.
Yeah. You skipping it? Okay, let's go. This is sick.
This is totally sick. Wow. So
Yeah,
this is
so
going to be. Yeah, go ahead, guy.
yeah, so yeah, susreime's gonna have a lot of different strats in suitless Meridia than Rusty will have. It's very unorthodox. A lot of X-ray climbing, and there's also maybe a crab climb involved in Mount Everest that we'll talk about later. What else? He could also do backdoor lower Norfair, which involves like this kind of obscure glitch called G mode. But I won't discuss that too much if he doesn't go for it. We'll see though.
So susreime not liking that ice room, deciding to go back to the save. Really very smart use of where he has decided to save for this tournament so far. So, oh, you know what? Where are we going? Maybe he is going to go to Croc.
Oh,
I think he
okay.
might. Maybe he forgot.
Oh, he might have forgotten. Yeah.
How cool! So that turns the X-ray as a safety because you know, if you kind of, let's say you mess up the dragon fight, or you know you don't have that suit, or you don't want to deal with getting it. I don't know. We'll talk about both different setups when we get there and kind of see what happens. We'll see if that X-ray beam becomes useful or not. But right now, Rusty is a solid, I would say, solid minute ahead of susreime because Rusty also has ice already, so maybe even almost 2 minutes ahead of susreime.
Ooh, yeah, he has ice too.
So this could just come down to just plain knowledge of the category, or just showing you just how powerful that extra safety is with that E-tank. Because you know a lot of players that probably start out are saying, "Oh, geez, you know, right at the beginning, I have to after pit room, like before the climb, I have to go all the way back down the elevator. I have to go all the way through a couple of room transitions to pick up a ceiling E-tank. Like, why don't I just go and just get really good at my movement?" But you know, even a good runner who has movement is awesome as susreime can still mess up those hell runs. So that extra E tank is really huge right now for Iron Rusty. And susreime getting a really swaggy spike suit right there too, by the way.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll see susreime hold that all the way through suitless Meridia, which is where the biggest time save would be for using that spike suit.
Oh, if we get all the way to Batoon's hallway, that would be so dope.
Yeah, it's really, really difficult movement to try to maintain your spike suit this whole time, because if he presses up or unspins in any way in the air, he activates that shine spark. So
I have seen. I think I saw Zenny do that in an RBO run, but he would be the only one I've seen that from.
yeah, Rusty's taken an interesting route back up here. I think it's a lot safer though. Usually when you're coming from Croc, you go through the Croc escape area, going up.
Yeah, that's the route I take for sure.
Yeah, and then you can also grab an extra missile pack. Going this way though, I think is a lot safer because you avoid more heated rooms. It is slower though, just a bit.
It's true, but if you look at the difference in health right now, I think Rusty saves a little bit of health going that way, so maybe he feels a little bit more comfortable. Having good health going into the Batoon fight is a really good idea in this category because anything you hit in Meridia, suitless hits really, really hard, and the more hits you can take from Batoon is a good thing, and it also allows for a more aggressive Batoon fight. Now let's see if Rusty turns on ice and gets this quick entry. So no.
Oh, he
All
failed
right,
to
I thought he
try.
was a little too far over to the right.
I think he could have made that, yeah, but he didn't have ice on.
I've definitely forgotten to turn ice on there. Oh, look at susreime. Yes, we're going to see this speedball this way. This is so dope. Look at this backdoor ice entrance.
Very sick. Yeah, that requires like a stutter 2-tap or a stutter 3-tap from Crocomeyer's room. And you have to jump very precisely to do that speedball.
I can't remember who I've seen do that, but I've only seen one other runner do that. That was so cool. And now susreime is going to get ice and probably has full reserve. So this ice hell run should not be that bad with susreime's movement.
Yeah, I might be wrong here, but the first person I saw do it was Zenny, so he might have came up with it. I don't know. But that was for all mini bosses.
Yeah, I've seen so many Super Metroid videos. I'm sure I saw somebody do it, and it was excellent and just wonderful. So Iron Rusty with a pretty big lead over susreime right now, um, has making his way. We'll probably see the same strats since susreime also has the grapple beam. So Sulis Meridia for me has become one of my favorite things to play in the entire game. Even though my race didn't go as well as I wanted it to go, my Sulis Meridia was pretty good. So I think this is a really nice quiet section of the game, with some very severe, very sincere danger as far as the Coliseum is concerned in that dragon fight. So we're hoping that both of these runners can get through that section of the game without any resets.
Yeah, it's a strange kind of change of pace. You go from the like super amped up, I guess, hell runs, right? Where you have to go fast, 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 and then you're in Sulis Meridia and the game kind of forces you to go slow almost.
It is true, and then you have that speedy conclusion once you get to wreck ship. That kind of speedy, like we were talking earlier, any percent kind of feel, any percent old route kind of feel to it. Kind of speeding through the end. It's really a neat category. The way the pace changes like that, I think that's one of the most exciting features of it. And you get to see some really cool tech, just like Rusty showed us right there with those morph crouch jumps in from the grapple. It's really really interesting stuff. Oh, and there's where susreime used that spike suit
Oh,
that he got. Wow, that's an interesting
nice.
use of it right there. You don't need to deal with any shenanigans getting up. Wow, that was really good. So he didn't have to worry about setting up the quick entry. That was cool. So we've got to see Main Street traverse two completely different ways.
Yeah, the longer you hold on to that spike suit, I think the more time you're gonna save in the long run. You could have also used it here in Mount Everest and avoid grappling across, and you can also use it after Bottoon, which is where I think is the biggest time save.
Excellent grapple jump from Rusty in the aqueduct room. Very well done. Rusty's been practicing Suitless Meridia for a long time now for RBO and for North Korea percent. So you can really see the improvement over the last several months. And as is like all the runners have been preparing for this tournament, it's really great to see. Um, see the improvement in all the runners and just the routes they're using versus what they started with. Very good ice clip there, and Rusty is about to enter his Batoon fight, and susreime is just a few rooms behind. You have to find a fish there, susreime.
Oh, I think he accidentally killed all the crabs. I wonder if he can make it out.
Well, if he goes, I don't know if he has enough power to get through. He's going to have to go up Main Street maybe all over again.
I think if he goes into fish tank, he can make it out. Okay, yeah, let's see.
Going to try to freeze that fish under there, I think.
Yeah, also Iron Rusty like beat Batoon, we didn't even notice. That was a really good fight. Super clean Meridia from Rusty this so far. Yeah, that sucks. susreime's gonna have to do Main Street again.
Yep, so that spike suit was really good. So let's see if susreime can back this up well enough to get through it. Obviously knows the tech, so it's not going to be like a soft lock here, I don't think. Very good, very good. So this is why I like the spacer pickup, because I think it's a little bit faster as far as getting the fish frozen. You don't need it doesn't take as many shots. Ooh. susreime really has to watch his health right now.
That was close.
But Rusty here is in the Coliseum, and this is definitely could be a rough section of the game. I hate that sand.
Yeah, you fall in the sand and it's kind of GG.
So Rusty's damaging down right there. We're going to see a Crystal Flash tech here coming up in the Dragon fight. So Rusty wants to get his health down. Okay, he's going to take a save here. I think that's very good. The Dragon fight can be very RNG dependent. Sometimes you can just get a pattern that's just not conducive to a good fight, and then just like with any other Dragon fight, it can go very bad very fast. So we have a save there, so that's really good, and we're going to see some really cool stuff there. Meanwhile, susreime is going to farm for health, knowing that he's got a Batoon fight, and it'd be better to be at full health than have to risk a reset where he would have to go back a really long way. Oof. Rusty just down in the perfect health range for Crystal Flash.
Yeah, so for a good RNG, you want Dragon to goop instantly, swoop once, and then goop again. We'll see if Dragon plays nice. Okay, we
definitely on the first one.
Nice. So now Rusty has a flash suit. It's basically a spike suit, right? Just acquired with a different method. And nice.
Well executed.
Perfect RNG, actually. That's an amazing Dragon fight.
Doesn't get much better than that. I would be thrilled with that Dragon fight. So Rusty is just crushing this game right now. susreime having a lot of bad luck. That's an interesting way to take. I haven't seen anybody run the Metroid in that direction, but here we go. susreime getting into his Batoon fight, and Rusty has a huge advantage right now, getting through Dragon. So let's see if I don't know if susreime took a save before Batoon, so we'll see how this fight goes, and then see how susreime handles the Coliseum.
Oh, he tried to go for an X Factor. Oh, wow.
Wow, that's wild.
Nice. I don't think I've seen anyone go for X Factor suitless.
I
Pretty cool.
definitely haven't. No one. I don't. Okay. I was about to say. I think he could take one more hit there, but that was tight. And susreime is only. He's going to have one less E tank than Rusty for the dragon fight, which this is the bare bones minimum.
Yeah. And then Rusty, very well executed grapple jump and then shine sparked out. So I would kind of say Rusty's basically in the clear. There's not really anything that can kill him right now. Um, but I shouldn't say that. Commentator's curse. Oh no.
I have
Yeah.
actually gotten eaten to death by the Metroids by missing one space jump in this hallway here, but I think Rusty's going to be just fine. He's very well practiced in this category, and I think that's definitely the big advantage we see right now is just knowledge of the category, experience with the category, and Rusty has quite a commanding lead right now. So it's going to be tough for susreime to catch up. He's going to need a one round dragon and he's going to have absolutely perfect movement throughout the rest of the game if he wants a chance to catch up to what Rusty's done so far. Because for a runner as experienced as Rusty, the game is basically free at this point.
Yeah.
But again, Super Metroid, I know.
Anything can happen.
And that's the other cool thing about this run, though, is that the likelihood of anything happening decreases the further you get through the game. Whereas in some categories, it's kind of like the opposite. The further you go through the game, the more likely it is you're going to die. This category is kind of the opposite. So that's a really very, very neat dynamic.
Yeah, it's very front loaded.
It's a nice vacation category, you know? So another question in chat: what is North Korea percent? For those of you joining us late, North Korea percent is defined by the boss order that we're using to finish the game. So we do Dragon first, and after Dragon, come on, stay alive in that sand, susreime. You do Dragon first, and then Fantoon, and then you do Ridley, and then you do Kraid. So it really makes for a very interesting tech. You get to see some hell runs, which we're all done with those, and some Sulis Meridia, which susreime is finishing right now, hopefully. So yeah, that's what we have going on. It's been pretty exciting so far, and Rusty has quite a commanding lead right now. Nice moonfall. And yes, that boss order, Democratic People's Republic of Korea. We're not supporting it's just the category name.
Yeah, it just happened to have the same acronym. Who knew?
So susreime has to get his health down just enough to be in crystal flash range. And we'll see if susreime does an X-ray climb or if he's going to go with the same strat Rusty did of doing the grapple swing here and then the shine spark. So we'll take a look. Come on, RNG, please be kind to susreime.
Okay, this looks good, I think.
I thought that bomb might be a little too late, but we got it now. Yeah, that's about it. susreime can't take any more damage here. Just in case there's a grab by Dragon.
Oh my gosh, no way, dude.
No, that's very bad. That's pretty much a reset.
Yeah. I don't know if he's gonna have enough health to continue. Okay. Yeah, that's bad. Dragon does suck. Honestly, Dragon's the worst boss in this game.
Yeah, this fight
Gotcha.
can go either way, and it's so RNG dependent. I mean, it's not guaranteed that she's going to come after you when you get gooped like that. So that's definitely a reset right there. But yeah, I was going to say that was definitely a reset. So I find that if you want to get gooed on that side, you want Dragon to come after you, you have to stay on that side at the start. See, so Sreem's going left, catching the goo, and then trying to get over there. It's really weird how she works on that side of the game.
Yeah, it's the same for both sides. Cause if the goo is way too long on screen, she just kind of forgets you exist, basically.
So and every little mistake like that just keeps extending Rusty's lead over Susreem right now. And this race is these runners are tied. Susreem had a win against Rusty in Nintendo Power Percent in race number one. Race number two was Max GT, and Rusty ended up taking that win when Susreem died at Mother Brain. So Susreem got to get his health down a little bit further than that.
There we go.
That's,
I think he's gonna grab. Yeah. Okay.
wow.
Good. That looked a bit sketchy.
Experience has definitely been on Rusty's side for this category so far.
Oh no! What do you? Okay. All right.
All right,
So
so
yeah,
he's got the suit.
he has blue suit. Yeah.
I,
Now he just has to kill Dragon.
I wonder if he's gonna. So how did he convert that to a damn spike suit? Or,
Blue suit? I mean, it's so the optimal Dragon kill, right? Where you do the wind up and then you grapple kill Dragon. Those are two independent actions that are happening at the same time. So the wind up and then getting grabbed is one thing, and then the grapple kill on Dragon, the quick one, is another thing.
so Sreem having to redo the dragon fight again, and so yeah, I'm saying that extra E-tank grab by Rusty at the beginning of the match has pretty much been what's given Rusty this massive lead right now. And so it turns out that going all the way back through the pit room and all the way back down the elevator and all the way over into the ceiling E-tank room is absolutely worth the time getting through this game faster. So, PB route, maybe it's smart to do that, but and I'm all about race safeties. They don't always work out, but really paying off for Rusty right now.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of just getting safeties and going fast. Like, rather than do the optimal route and maybe have to do something safe, I'd rather get the safety and then risk it later.
Agreed. I like to go fast. Little Miss Attic Spark. I wonder if Rusty's watching the restream right now. If he is, I'm sure he's relaxed and starting to feel comfortable because he's definitely through the more volatile parts of this category. So the rest of it is just kind of like an overpowered old route run, going down to get Ridley, and then really, really cool. And then hopefully not forgetting Kraid before the G4 into Turian. So Susream gonna have to take another reset, losing that suit. Dragon can be rough. We have somebody in chat saying he could X-ray climb out. I know you can X-ray climb out of the precious room, but I think what Susreem is trying to do, I think, is trying to store a spark to spark out of Dragon's room here, and then possibly X-ray climb out of precious room. I don't think you can X-ray climb out of both of them, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, the X-ray is probably just a safety thing. Since he's trying to go for the crystal flash, I assume that he's not even gonna do any X-ray climbing unless he messes up.
On the subject of I pronounce him Dragon because that's just how I do. Hockey Towner pronounces it that way as well, but a lot of people say Dragon. I mean, it's a video game. I guess you could call it whatever you want. I don't know what the developers intended, but excellent job from susreime right there. Got a beautiful, beautiful exchanging that crystal flash suit for that. Yeah, go ahead, guy. That was a well done fight.
Yeah, good RNG from Dragon that time. Yeah, that's all I was gonna say.
Now he's not done yet because this grapple escape could be kind of tough, and you got to take a look at susreime's health right here. While you have that grapple beam attached to the turret, you are taking damage the whole time. And that shine spark, you need a specific amount of health to get through there. Oh heck! All right.
It's a bit sketchy. Oh, he's too high. He's too high. You're too high. There you go.
I hope he has enough reserves. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know if he has enough reserves.
Oh, he's good. He's good.
Okay. I think this should be enough. Hopefully.
Yeah, it's.
There we go. Smart.
Not done yet, though. We still have sand. We still need to get to that save up there. Oh, nice. Good strat right there. I always forget about that strat. It's very similar to how you enter Meridia.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing, the same concept as gravity jumps, you know, where you start with a really high acceleration and then the water gives you a slow deceleration, so you just zoom.
susreime is going really hard right now with his health at 97, trying to get through these rooms in Meridia. That's very brave.
I wonder if he knew that there was a health refill right next to the save room.
Right?
Oh wait, he can't do this, can he?
Oh, God. I think he saved. But you can make that jump. It's just it's very, very difficult. That unmorph has to happen, I think, a little higher than you expect. Like, I probably make it 1 in 5 attempts, so it is doable, but it is tricky.
There we go.
So, and susreime he's going to get through this no problem. And I just want to call attention to ironrusty again, still just trucking away, doing a fantastic job, taking a save, going down into lower Norfair. Might know how far he is ahead of susreime right now, so could be feeling pretty good about things. Or maybe just wants to make sure everything goes smooth down here in lower Norfair, and just having that little backup safety save just in case. I always say, if you know you're this far ahead of your opponent, it's not a bad idea to save. Going for fast pillars, I approve of that strat. I just kind of do a kind of power bomb method through here if I don't get the short charge.
Yeah, so the way the picking of the categories go, for the first round, right, the higher seed vetoes a category, and then the lower seed picks one. And then for the next match, the lower seed vetoes, and then the higher seed picks. Since there's 5 categories to choose from, 2 have already been vetoed, 2 have already been picked. So if it does come to match 3, It's the category that was left over. So no one picked it, but no one vetoed it. And that's how we came to this category. The first category that these runners ran was Nintendo Power Percent, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and then the second one was Max Percent GT Code.
And they both included some really I mean, they happened to, at the very, very beginning of the week, and we are in match 3. So if you're watching match 3, I don't necessarily mean to spoil match 1 and 2, but first one had an unfortunate game crash by Iron Rusty at Alpha Spark with a yapping moss situation, and so Stream took a weird death at Mother Brain in the second match. So now the race is kind of proceeding as intended. So this has been really wild, and Korea Percent, I think, is a really great way to cap off their set of races. And if Rusty keeps trucking away and has no major issues, then we're going to see Rusty advancing to the winners bracket, and Susreime will be bumped down into the losers bracket. And just so everybody's familiar, the way we're doing this is everything is a best of 3. So 2 vetoes, and then it's a best of 3 for what's remaining there. In the losers bracket, it'll be handled the same way. So basically, you're guaranteed at least 4 runs in this tournament if you're participating.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the double elimination tournament, because because I've also been in that position before where it's just like you do your first match, you lose, and then that's it. You only got one match in the entire tournament, and it's kind of not fun, So, yeah, having a losers bracket it just gives people a chance to keep racing because we're just here to have fun.
Yeah, I think it's really cool, and I also, with the categories being so diverse, I think it's again, this tournament is an excellent showcase for so many different things and so many different ways you can play this game. I think that's really neat. So, with everybody getting a chance to race that many, you can really just see just how diverse a skill set each runner has. So, you can see everybody's love and dedication to this game and this vast wealth of knowledge they've accrued in order to play it well. I think it's really neat.
Ooh, Susreime was going for the short charge there, trying to get a spark. You can actually spark across this room that he's in right now. And saves like, I don't know, maybe a second or 2. Pretty swag.
I got to tell you, I love the whole feature of the wreck ship, how the wreck ship doesn't turn on until you kill Fantoon. So it's really sweet in this category to do that backdoor entrance into Fantoon, and the fact that it actually works within the game to enter it that way. And it's like, all right, well, Spikes will only kill you if the power's on. I think that's just hilariously wild, just the way this game is coded and how things like that are possible.
Yeah. Yeah, the only unfortunate thing is that the devs didn't have the items there when the ship is turned off.
Right.
So you can't grab any item besides the left side missiles.
But it works well for randomizers, especially
That's
when you
true.
get a good boss rando,
Yeah. Yeah, that was actually a really quick fight. So that's where X-Ray comes in. Saves a little bit of time on the Fantoon fight in one round pretty reliably.
To be honest, had Susreime not had to take any resets, that X-Ray would have been really one of the things that could have been a huge difference maker in this race. But so many deaths with those hot runs and those unfortunate resets at Dragon has just allowed Rusty to get so far ahead that I do not expect Susreime's going to be able to catch up unless there's a catastrophe on Rusty's side, because Rusty basically has Kraid, arguably the weakest boss in this game. And Susreime still has to do the totality of Lower Norfair and Ridley, and then Kraid.
Yeah. Yeah, he's probably like, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 minutes apart. So yeah, I don't wish any ill will towards Rusty, but the only way susreime's gonna win is if Rusty like dies, I guess, or something.
Well, again, it's also Super Metroid, and their positions were completely the opposite during their Max GT race. So Supreme actually had a lead, I believe, of even more than 15 minutes on Rusty going through that Max GT race, and then it was at the Mother Brain fight where just things went south, and just no matter how good you are at this game, no matter how much you own a category, Super Metroid does sometimes find a way to own you.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to pay attention to Super Metroid here. My kids are right out in the hallway, just like yelling. They're having a good time, but I don't know if anybody can hear it. It's making me laugh a little bit. Think we'll see a quick kill here from Iron Rusty. He's been hitting all the major strats so far.
Yeah, really clean from Rusty, like this entire race.
So for anybody out there in chat, give these runners a follow. Iron Rusty does a lot of practice, does a lot of Super Metroid categories and randomizers. Is a fantastic runner. Streams quite often, and definitely worth a follow. Susreime is one of the best max percent GT code runners in the world. So great content there. So please give the runners a follow while you're here.
Nice, and yeah, Rusty nails the crate quick kill with the charge strat too.
This is also a really good category if you happen to miss the quick kill, because then you can just do a charge plasma shot. You don't have to worry about wasting so much time if you screw up the timing a little bit. So little things like that make the end of this game go pretty smooth. And once you're out of Meridia, your anxiety level is at a low, and you can just really enjoy the game and just work on that movement tech.
Yeah. I think we're gonna see a high five from these guys. Maybe.
Yeah, just about. That's pretty neat. Yeah. So Iron Rusty is on the way to G4. Susreime, going down to fight Ridley, has two more bosses. Rusty's still two bosses ahead of Susreime. And two bosses Susreime has to face right now couldn't be further apart.
Yeah, I wonder if Rusty actually is on PB pace or not, with how good this run's been.
That's a really good question. Last I checked, I want to say his PB was somewhere around a 115. Shouldn't be too hard to go check it here really quick.
Yeah, it's a 116.51, so I think he actually might PB.
Yeah, he's totally on pace to do that, or better. All right, so go ahead, Rusty. I want you to do well, but I don't want you to do too well, because I have a 111.55, and I don't want to get bopped by another racer today. I got bopped yesterday by one, so no, I'm just kidding. That was kind of fun. I think Rusty's doing a really good job. This has been great to watch. We have Iron Rusty in the chat, so confirm that he's at least watching part of the restream. So I would imagine that he'll know exactly how far ahead he is compared to where Susreime is. So Rusty's probably feeling very good right now. Susreime, on the other hand, I have a feeling has to know that they're probably really far behind. You take a lot of deaths, you have any resets, and definitely does feel that way.
Yeah, what 111 do you have, Kev? Is it a high 111 or a low one?
Yeah, it's a high 111. I think Rusty's probably on like a 110 pace, maybe.
Yeah, I think at worst it's gonna be like a low 111, so you might just barely bop you.
Man, I gotta tell you though, that was yeah, that was a couple weeks ago. I'm a little better now. I think I can do better than that. So I might have to rerun North Korea. I actually hope I get a chance to run North Korea down in the losers bracket where I'm finding myself because I definitely can do a better run than I showed in the tournament. I was a little disappointed by my hell runs, but I was very proud of the rest of the game I played. So I can understand whatever susreime's frustration might be for having performed some sections of the game, subpar, very poorly, I guess.
Yeah, I feel that for sure. Yeah, RBO is RBO in any suitless category like North Korea percent. Really just difficult to finish and execute. It kind of like forces you to match a certain pace, right? Because if you're not up to like this kind of speed and movement, then you're just gonna die.
Yeah, and I think the consistency is the hard part. Like I can say 5 out of 7 times I'm getting through the game with no problem, and I'm doing a really good job. But it's just that those two times out of 7 attempts where it's just one input goes wrong, and then you get tilted, and it throws the rest of it off, or one section of the game goes wrong, and even you just end up losing so much time that it kills the run, no matter how good the rest of it has been. So, um, very volatile category, and who's to say which version of the game you're going to get when you're doing the tournament match. So Stream did a very good job recovering and is still alive, still getting through the game. And if Rusty happens to turn together and wins this thing, we'll see if Susreem decides to just end, or we'll finish the race. But definitely completable for Susreem. Geez, after taking all that damage, Susreem still got that tight charge there. Holy cow.
Yeah, 88. It's gonna kind of have to watch out for any more extra damage.
At this point, if he survives this room, I'd recommend getting the Firefleet E-Tank, but Susreem has been very risky throughout.
Yeah, he's a risky guy. He likes to take risks.
And you know what? That's fine with me. If that's how you like to play the game and that's what makes it exciting and more fun for you, hey, go at it,
Definitely, yeah.
Showcasing some really good movement and all that, but Rusty is it gets through this mother brain fight here and is going to be well on their way to victory. Doing a really very clean, very clean. Oh, there's that Key Hunter is just a little bit too.
Dang. Where was his last save?
I want to say it was that dragon.
Oh. It looks like susreime forfeited too. According to the chat. Race chat. GG to him anyways. I mean, this is not an easy category to do at all.
I'm with you. It can be. I mean, it can be an extremely difficult category, and I think you find that with any category of Super Metroid, it can always end in a forfeit. I mean, every time I've done an online race, there's always somebody that has to forfeit. So really tough game, but thanks for Susream for coming out and playing, and he'll join me and some other racers down in the losers bracket where we still have a chance to get another best of 3. And I have to tell you, I would be very, very terrified to have to face susreime down in the losers bracket, being that that's a possibility. But if that's the case, I hope I get to race him in North Korea percent. Kappa.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, I mean, you should probably race him in North Korea percent.
Well, I'm definitely not going to race him in Max GT code because I'll tell you what, there's chances of him having to forfeit that twice. I don't believe it. So we have one more Mother Brain to go, and then Rusty is on their way to a definite PB and a definite win over his opponent, susreime. So it'll go 2-1, Iron Rusty. susreime in the chat saying he tried his best in the category, and thanks for the race, Rusty. So, thank you for racing, susreime. I think it takes a lot of guts to get out here and race in a tournament in front of with a restream and commentary and a whole bunch of people watching. Get your blood going. It gets very exciting. It's really cool. I was gonna say, Rusty's got to be a little bit careful on this Mother Brain fight here. Gotta come out of this room with a little bit of health for a couple shine sparks. So I'm thinking Rusty's going to be really happy with this one. This is going to be a low 112. So that's like a 4-minute. That's over a 4-minute PB for Rusty. We've had a lot of serious PBs in this category in this tournament so far. So the runners have really shown up to play.
Yeah, it's nice that you can see them putting in the work, practicing these obscure categories. Because usually, I mean, no one really cares about these kind of meme categories. And that's the nice part about having a tournament is it brings attention and people work at them, get better at them.
Yeah, I like to think I have a top 30 time because I'm really good at this game, but it's probably because it's a meme category and not too many people submit times.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's a dot done from Rusty, and you finish with an official time of 1:12:21. GG.
Yeah, GG to Iron Rusty. Very, very well run North Korea percent. I think anybody would be proud of that performance. Rusty, I don't think had any trouble at all in the entire game. It just looked kind of effortless for him. I don't remember any monk ass moment or anything that went too wild. It just seemed like he was just coasting the whole time.
Yeah, I don't think he died once, right? I don't remember.
Yeah, hopefully. No, he didn't die at all. Hopefully, we can get the runners in for an interview. But susreime is saying in the chat he didn't get the interview invite. So, I don't know if we have Iron Rusty here. Iron Rusty, I don't know if you're able to send an interview link to susreime, but for some reason he can't get the interview link. I don't know if you can copy paste, but
I don't know. Does that work?
I have no idea. I really don't. But anyways, GG Rusty, dude, that was a quite a display. What a very clean, very solid race. Good work.
Yeah, a lot of things came together. I knew I had to go get the task tank and, well, go back for it. That's just what I'm comfortable with. And I heard you guys talking about sort of the math of it all. I felt like it made for less farming for me. And some of the hell runs are just really tight for my skills. So that's sort of the sweet spot for me. And I was really happy with all the hell runs that went the way they did. And I missed the fast entries. I didn't turn on ice. That was just kind of a silly mistake. But then, a small little loss there. And then, but Suits Meridia went great and got to show off a lot of the things I've been trying to trim. And then Dragon was super smooth. It was basically ideal. Got the first try grapple jump. I mean, everything just came together. Fantoon kind of goofed me up. I was so in the max GT mindset, I wasn't really thinking that Fantoon would be anything, but I don't have X-ray. So I couldn't just, I was going to set up for a microwave, and I just didn't have the the tools. Then I was like, oh no, my health is bad. So that was a little bit of a panic.
I mean, you got through it no problem. It was it was a really spectacular race to watch. And I don't know, how do you feel about this? Did you expect to go 2-1 over susreime in the tournament, or getting excited for the winners bracket? You made it to round 2 of the winners bracket. How you feeling right now?
Oh, this is a lot of fun. I'm really happy to be racing against susreime, and I keep saying that I don't know if I could have won any of these races, but it keeps happening. So, I mean, I have to just give all the credit to the people that I've learned from, especially June, watching a lot of SM Charles and Emmett and Mr. Fox, and those guys have taught me everything that I know in the past year plus, and that's about as long as I've been doing this stuff. And learned RBO last summer and North Korea percent, and it's just been really fun being involved and hanging out with you all and learning the game and running fast.
Well, that's pretty great. It's been exciting to watch you race, exciting to watch you improve. Throughout your preparation before the tournament. You've definitely put in your hours into this game, and it's certainly been worth your time. I have no idea who your next opponent is in round 2, but I wish you the best of luck there. And I'm sure it's going to be really exciting no matter who you get to race. What category are you most excited to race that you have not gotten a chance to race yet?
Let's see. The other two are 69% and any percent all bosses. So, I mean, it's no secret. I was the one who vetoed any percent all bosses. So, if I was gonna lose in this tournament, I didn't want it to be in something that took less than an hour. So that was sort of my thinking. But yeah, we'll see where it goes. 69 will definitely be fun to try. I am still sort of tinkering with what exact route I want to do. I got the spreadsheet and everything, but I'm still trying to decide. So I'm happy it didn't have to happen this week. But yeah, looking forward to tinkering with some 69% and trying that one out too.
That sounds great. Well, we have susreime in the interview booth. We finally got a chance to get him an interview link. susreime, GG, welcome. How are you?
Oh, I'm. I had fun to say the least. But first of all, huge GG's to Rusty. That has to be a PB, right? That looks like
yeah. A lot of stuff
so
went really well. I'm kind of beside myself.
That was a great run. Great, must be great to get a PB during a race.
Yeah.
So huge GG's to you.
Thank you. You too.
I wasn't watching the actual stream, but I presume you were ahead. But then when you finished with a 112, I thought, well, dang, that's a great time.
Well, thanks for the races, man. It's been an honor racing against you and preparing for these, and I wish you best of luck.
My thanks goes up to you as well for category picks and category bans. I was able to raise some of the more the categories I wanted to, probably the 3 categories that I most wanted to race. So really So I also thank you for making the choices.
Well, people were saying that they don't know if you've ever seen Spore Spawn before, so I don't, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Oh, but Nintendo Power you had to, right? Yeah.
Yeah, right. I have I did 5 sports plan at least once.
That's true. I forgot about that.
Well, there's still time for you, susreime. You're not out of the tournament yet. You're joining me and a couple other racers down in the losers bracket. So just for a little info, how are you going to prepare for that? Are you just going to plan to veto North Korea percent throughout the losers bracket, or are you going to hope for? Do you want another chance at it? Do you want another go?
I will definitely try to redeem myself a little bit more. North Korea percent. I admit I actually was practicing this category a good bit and was able to at least get some of the cool things that I wanted to show off in a race. Of course, I had other major issues, but they weren't. Especially Dragon didn't give me particularly any trouble during my practice. So I suppose I was just getting lucky back then. So I was looking into that fight more. And the Hell Runs actually had strange muscle memories from other categories, so suffer a little bit there. But I'll try. I'll practice this category more and try to redeem myself in the losers bracket. No North Korea. I'm not a coward, so I presume I will be hopefully racing it again.
Nice. Yeah, get back on that horse. I didn't have as much trouble as you did, but I did have a reset, and I did have a lot of excess farming that I don't normally have to do in the hell runs, in my tournament race. So, I mean, a lot of us know exactly what it's like to, be good at certain sections of the game, but just to have things not work out for you the way you wanted to in a race. But it was really great watching both of you. So thank you so much for putting out a great show, really great tech. And do you have anything else you'd want to say to each other before we wrap up the show?
Well, I want to say to Rusty, congrats on the win, and I hope you prevail in the winners bracket.
Thank you. Have fun in the future matches.
For sure.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. Mr. Guy Average, thanks for doing commentary with me this afternoon. It was really quite a pleasure being here with you. And I think we do have one more match left tonight.
Yeah, we have 2 matches actually, one at 4 and then one at 6. So stay tuned for those. And
well, you know what? The one at 4 is about 30 minutes in right now.
Oh, I see. Almost. It started already. My time zones mess me up.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thanks, man. And I guess we'll see all you next mission.
Yeah, see you next mission. Take care, everybody.